The Don't Mute DC rally brought light to gentrification issues once again. Now local officials and activists are seeking to ensure the community is aware of these issues. The Kathy Hughes School of Communications does a great job every year with the career fair. This year was no different, offering students a panel and jobs at their fingertips. With Howard University's News Vision, I'm Kiara Burwell. Mama Toto Village has given many women in the DMV area another option rather than social norm, and has made a safe environment for women to raise their children in, letting them know they're not alone. Just last week, Metro PCS was forced to turn off their go-go music, but due to neighboring businesses and the local community, the music is back on.
Now, this is something that we don't want to change with our culture, and we want to make sure that we're here. Specifically, the phone store, who's been here for as long as I've been, at least 30 years. And it's not just a phone store, and it's not just a store. They have the music that they play loud. They service their communities.
The Don't Mute DC rally had a huge turnout and even bigger impact on the Shaw Howard community.
I honestly had thought that he wasn't gonna get the ability to play his music at the store again, because we know the power of white gentrifiers.
The Don't Mute DC rally brought light to gentrification issues once again. Now local officials and activists are seeking to ensure the community is aware of these issues.
So that's a much larger conversation, but the gentrification part, what happens in most cities is, the attack on the black community, because nobody wants to be, attached to that type of black. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody has a problem with people who speak, articulately, or, they speak well and they know how to handle themselves. That's not the people they're talking about. They talking about people that come from the hood. And that, I just think is, America created this problem. You created it. So you can't sit down and try to run from it when you created it. I think, America needs to step up to the plate and learn how to deal with it versus just like, here, take this government housing and this welfare and y'all shut up. You see what I'm saying? It's a much larger conversation.
With News Vision, I'm Kiara Burwell. Kathy Hughes School of Communications Job Fair kicked off with a panel titled, So You Want to Make It in Journalism, offering students advice and one-on-one conversations with panelists from NBC, WJLA, WHUR, and Huffington Post.
Every once in a while, I guess I'll get a question on Twitter, or someone will reach out on social media, and I try my darnest to get back to everyone. But I just try to make sure that when I do speak to them, that it's honest and it's hopefully something actually helpful.
The panel gave students an idea of what to expect when landing their first news job, and as well as giving them helpful tips to succeed as black journalists.
Way after I got out of school is that every time you apply for something, you legitimately need to change your resume. So when the job description says you need to eat eggs every day, your resume should say, I love eating eggs. You know what I mean? You literally have to, because a lot of companies, which a lot of people don't know, use a software and they get 100 resumes per position. That software is going to go through, weed out exactly what the job description says, and cue it to your resume. And if they don't align, they're going to be put to the bottom of the stack.
The Kathy Hughes School of Communications does a great job every year with the career fair. This year was no different, offering students a panel and jobs at their fingertips. With Howard University's News Vision. In the United States, black mothers died at 3 to 4 times the rate of their white counterparts from childbirth. Additionally, they are more likely to die from pregnancy or childbirth-related conditions. Toto Village has given many women in the DMV area another option rather than social norm, and has made a safe environment for women to raise their children in, letting them know they're not alone.
A majority of the women that work with us are Medicaid recipients, living in some of DC's most underserved areas. However, anybody can access our program.
Stress from discrimination and prejudicial practices in the American health system is a contributing factor in the increasing problem of black maternal mortality.
The reasons for why it happens, it's not about access to services or supports. These issues exist regardless of education or income or insurance. A lot of it has to do with systemic racism and implicit bias.
Many women like Skinner have gained more than just maternal care, but a village.
That's what I got, and now my baby and I, we benefit from it still, because I can say, hey, these mamas knew me and knew this baby before he even got here, you know. So a relationship has already been built and a village has already been established.
With Howard University's News Vision, I'm Kiara Burwell.